Whether you like it or not, I'm storming in, this money pouring in. I had to make it rain on these women, cause while of life without a little sin. I won't be poor again for the 50th time. Leave me alone, can you finish with too many men? And that's enough said. It's up to you to pick up the crumb to get a little bread. I'm watching Walking Dead. I feel misled. Who knew taking the shot was the way to get ahead? This is love. This is love. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. 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 Check it. Yeah. I smoke weed to make the pain fade. I can't cope any other way. Yeah, I'm feeling like another lazy day. Damn, when it was supposed to be leg day. Yeah, I've been searching for a little praise. Yeah, my mind been stuck in the maze. Yeah, I've been going through a little phase. I need to disengage. All I feel is rage. They all catch strays. It took me a long time to map it out, but a nigga stuck in his ways. Now I'm calling plays. Since they playing hardball, we taking it off the bat like the Oakland A's. With a little shade, a piece of mind is the only food that I crave. I'm watching Walking Dead. I feel misled. Who knew taking a shot was the way to get ahead? This is love. This is love. Yeah. This is love. Yeah. And you gotta love yourself. And you gotta take a shot. That's the only way to get hit. Ooh, wake that ass up, baby. Welcome back to Wake That Ass Up. I am your host, Leroy Mitchell. We bring you sports, news, entertainment, and life. Alrighty, y'all. We ain't been here, but things have been popping off in the world, okay? Epstein files dropped 3 million pages of documents. When they say numbers like 3 million pages, 3 million pages, I remember in college when they say, yo, you got to write a 30-page essay. I almost damn dropped my jaw, dropped my motherfucking stomach out my 30 pages? And what font? What font? What font we using? Okay, I need the biggest font possible. All right, because 30 pages sound like a lot. And they got 3 million pages more they released, and who knows how much more they got? I'm just trying to figure out how you got 3 million documents that you've been holding on to of all types of corruption and evil stuff going on. I can only imagine how many documents there are actually in some file or on some computer desk or somewhere that has crazy amounts of just heinous shit going on. That's just either sealed, redacted, hidden in some drawer, some file, some hard drive, who knows. But when it comes to the craziness going on in the high levels of our society with the upper echelon people, so to say, the secrecy, the damn, I can't even speak on it because it's just getting ridiculous. We're going to talk about it, though. Epstein files drop more, bunch of crazy names that I didn't know that all these people were doing all this crazy stuff. I had an idea, but I didn't really know. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that ICE stuff going on in Minnesota. I ain't speak on what happened to homie who was killed by the ICE officers, but I will speak on it and kind of give my opinion on it. But the stuff in Minnesota is crazy. The stuff in Minnesota is starting to just get crazy. All the ICE stuff, to be honest, is starting to get a little bit crazy. So we're going to speak on that. I'm going to give my honest opinions because I'm honest about it. I'm going to call it straight down the line. I don't care about the Republicans or the Democrats. I care about the American people. All right, I care about us as people thriving. I mean the citizens of the United States who are natural-born citizens or who got their citizenship legally, all that. Now, if you came in this motherfucker illegally, all right, I ain't mad at you for that at all. I'm not mad at you for, listen, I would try to get here. I would try my best to. If I came from a country that was not doing well and I saw people in America thriving and doing well, I would try to make my way here too, so I don't blame y'all. But don't mean that people can't kick you out, okay? Don't mean that the people who are already here who say this is illegal to come over here can't just get you up out of here. All right? I ain't saying you should try to find better for your family and for your life. You should. But there are ways to do things. And if you don't do things the right way, you are subject to then having to deal with this craziness that's going on with ICE. And it's not just in America either. Like, people think that, oh, this stuff going on in America is only here. No, man. Immigration is everywhere, okay? They just enforce it better in certain places. We don't enforce it that well here. We kind of use it as like a political stronghold. We don't really enforce immigration, not like before. But now we are, and people are like all up in arms. Like, we've been had immigration laws and rules and things like that. But, due to politics and things of that nature, it kind of got weaponized. But now that one side won and they want to enforce these rules and make them more strict, people are all up in arms. Like, immigration's always been a thing. You've always had to try to get a visa, a green, or something to get into the country or stay in the country. So that's a whole shit show. As far as the country goes and the economy, I tried to tell people crypto was about to crash. You better go watch them last, wake that ass up from last year. And I was putting y'all on game a long time ago, 6, 7, 8 months ago. I don't know how you think that a coin, something you can't physically hold on to, this ain't a piece of gold, this ain't a piece of silver, this ain't a ruby, this ain't a gemstone, this ain't nothing. You mean a digital coin that you can't, has no actual physical value. You telling me that's what you investing your money into? Absolutely not. It didn't even make sense to me. It seemed like a scam from the jump to me. Crypto seemed like a scam from the jump to me. You want to tell me that, hey, put your money into this system that no one can track, no one can trace. If you lose your wallet, your key, your code, whatever, your money, your investment's just gone. But the good thing about it is, that no one can see what you're doing. Man, everybody can see what you're doing. You sound goofy as hell. What you mean they can't see what you're doing? What you mean your coins are protected? What you mean you can just transfer money here? Man, listen, crypto was only meant for the people at the top who had a bunch of money. They used everybody, small guys, people on our level, and hyped that up so they can boost it up and get people like us to just spend all of our actual money, physical money, into some fake thing that they can just crash at any point in time and walk off with the bread. Absolutely not. What you mean? You can just crash the crypto and walk off with the bread at any time? See, I decided we're gonna get into crypto, all right? Because the crypto thing is getting crazy. The whole S&P is getting crazy. Okay, all that stuff is getting crazy. Everything going on with the stock market is getting crazy. Everything is dropping. Okay, a lot of things are about to change. On top of that, we're gonna talk about AI and this job loss rate, because people think it's sweet. People think that they're gonna be safe, that they have a job that won't be taken by AI. You goofy. 80% of the jobs will be taken by AI by the end of next year. So I hope you have been making changes and arrangements in your life that will either make it so AI benefits you and you can use that to make some money, or you're doing something that AI really can't replace. If you haven't figured that out yet, you better figure it out soon. If you don't figure that stuff out like now, you are going to just lose your job and be stuck. It's going to be that simple, because the job loss rate is so high right now and people aren't realizing it. They just think that it's like, there's jobs everywhere. No, there's not. And they're not paying either. And they about to keep laying people off. So we're going to get into that, baby. And then get into some sports as well, because we had some good sports on, some UFC on, some boxing on, all that good stuff. So, yeah, man, let's just go ahead and get it started with the Epstein files real quick and see what they talking about. Because there's some names in here that it's just getting crazy. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy, y'all. Epstein shit getting crazy.
Growing as new details emerge from the millions of newly released Justice Department.
3 million. They got pictures, too.
Offender Jeffrey Epstein. They include Epstein's messages with powerful men. In these messages from 2013, the convicted sex offender connecting New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with various women. In one exchange, Tisch asked about a woman writing pro or civilian. In a statement, Tish acknowledging a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, but saying I
Bro
did
said
not
pro or
respond to
civilian.
any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with. And amongst the thousands of photos, these never before seen images of former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein, now seen
Look at
here.
that. Look at that. These mother and they got pictures, y'all. They got pictures. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't about to show everything because these some powerful people and they be trying to get people out of here. You know what I'm saying? They own some issue. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm gonna show what I want to show. But listen, these individuals who are of prestige, high class society, whatever you want to say, the vast majority of those people are monsters. It's that simple. They have a PR team for a reason, okay? Because that PR team is to cover up the monstrosities. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. If someone has a PR team, if they need a PR team, it's because they doing bullshit. That's the only reason you would need a PR team. If you ain't doing nothing wrong and you doing everything the right way, what do you need a PR team for? Because you ain't got nothing to hide. All these high individuals who pay all this money to have people protect their image, like protect this image for so long, it's grimy. It's grimy, and we hold these people like to like this standard, and we put so much into these individuals, and we give so much, we spend our money, and we do all these different things. And to be honest, most of the individuals that we hold in prestige are monsters, absolute monsters. And this Epstein list is showing it. Shown it. Shown it. A lot of people's names been dropped. A lot of political figures, a lot of entertainers, a lot of owners, a lot of man, it's bad. It's bad. And what's going to really happen and transpire from this? Nothing. You want to know why? Because power at the end of the day is what's king in this world and what's always been king. People want to say money rules the world. No, it doesn't. Power does. Enforcement does. Whoever has the strongest military rules the fucking world. Whoever can enforce the most things rules the world. That's how it has always been. All right, you can have the most money you want. You can have a bunch of gold sitting in a nice little fortress if you want to. Okay, but if you can't protect it, you ain't got no power. You ain't got no power. Someone could just come take it from you. It's that simple. And this is what the world is starting to see. That listen, these people have covered up how they take. They've learned how to take, steal, destroy, kill, do all that stuff and cover it up. They've perfected that shit. They've created systems, court systems, they have people in different places, and they gonna do what they want to do. And if they have to have a fallout like this, they'll make sure that the fallout is like this. We should have had all of these Epstein files from the jump. Every single one of them. Pictures, everything should be, unless you're trying to protect the actual victim, like this person right here, which I believe you should cover the faces of the victims. But the perpetrators, like the people who are actually doing the wrongdoings, them people gotta their names, their faces. You have to show the monsters. You can't let monsters hide in the dark, okay? You need to turn the light on. You can't let monsters hide in the dark. We gotta turn the light
Vouching
on.
for a young woman, her face redacted, the date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment.
Crazy.
Now, even UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has
Crazy.
called for Andrew to testify, saying, I have always said anybody who has got information should be prepared to share that information in whatever form they are asked to do that. And new information unearthed on what exactly law enforcement knew about Epstein's crimes, including this stunning prosecution memo and draft indictment written nearly 2 decades ago.
Bro, 2 decades ago.
5 pages, prosecutors in Florida detailing disturbing evidence they gathered against the financier, calling him, quote, a continued danger to the community based upon his continued enticement of underage girls. But that 60-count indictment never
2007. That is 20 years ago. And that's when they got him at that point. So who knows how long prior to that he been getting down and coercing people and getting people to do things and taking advantage of. Who knows how long? But just to know and just to see that they had that much information in 2007, they did nothing about it, should let you know how much they give a fuck about your kids. If you got an underage daughter, if you got an underage son, if you got anybody that you love and care about, you better protect them yourself. Because the government, our systems, and even this is globally too. This is not even just in the U.S. because it's happening in plenty other places as well. He had a global network of what the hell he was doing. You can't trust these systems to protect you. You cannot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust the justice system at all. Never did, never will. I'm black in America. I ain't boo with a fool. I've witnessed a lot of things happen. Never trust the cops. Never gonna trust the police. We never trust the police. I'm black. I ain't gonna hold you. I've never will. I ain't saying all police are bad, because they not. I got plenty of friends who are cops. But I'm saying as a system, the system don't make sense. One, they don't get paid enough. Like cops and they don't get paid enough. So who's to tell me that these individuals truly care about my safety when they got to worry about their safety when they out there doing what they doing and they don't even get paid enough? So just off of that alone, I value things based off how people are getting paid, because that's how our system values things. So we ain't gonna pay our police officers. How can I expect these people to really protect people and want to really put their lives on the line? I can't. It's that simple. I ain't dumb. They don't value the fucking police officers. If the states don't want to pay these people, man, every cop should be making at least 200 grand a year, minimum, and they should be really out there doing work. Every nurse, every doctor, every person taking care of somebody's health should be well over 200 grand a year, and everybody should be praising them. Okay, the things that we actually need, health, protection, all that stuff, those things, education, things like that, every teacher should be over 100 grand. Every teacher. What you mean? That's my kid. That my kid's future's in your hand and you not getting paid well? You not about to really care then. And you got 30 of them to deal with? Ain't nobody learning shit. Ain't nobody developing. Ain't nobody growing. It don't even make sense. That's why I ain't sending my kids to school. It don't make sense. To learn what? How? You need individual attention. That's what your parents are for. That's what I'm here for my kids. That's what mama here for the kid. What's going on? Okay, you gotta teach your kids, okay? Because these systems aren't in place to help you thrive. They are, especially in America. They ain't good.
Wild. Instead, Epstein landing a now infamous deal allowing him to plead guilty to lesser state prostitution charges, for which he served just 13 months in a Florida jail.
13 months.
Some of Epstein's victims now furious with the Justice Department, saying many of their names were left unredacted and exposed in this latest release. Epstein survivor Charlene Rochard telling me the Justice Department has once again violated their privacy.
I have seen things that relate to me, and people I know have not been redacted at all. Their full names are out there, and especially Jane Doe's are fully out there. And they asked especially that their names are redacted, and they're just not.
Now, the Justice Department said they did work with victims for those redactions and are encouraging them to reach out if they have any concerns. But lawmakers have questions too, including the bipartisan pair who spearheaded this effort to release the files in the first place. They're now asking the Justice Department for a full look at those unreleased files, though there is no word yet on when that might happen.
And you said there are
So for me, I'm like, hey, 3 million files, a bunch of people, random names. What's gonna actually happen? Somebody going to jail? Because if ain't nobody going to jail, I mean, this is all just hoopla. This is all just entertainment. We just having fun then. Let's see, Epstein files. Let's get some major entertainers. Let's get some entertainment people on here. Entertainers names released. Because there's some crazy people on here. They name dropped. I ain't gonna hold you. There's some names on here. I ain't gonna hold you. Uh-huh. Let me get it. I'm gonna get it from ChatGPT. That's a little better. I'm gonna get it from ChatGPT. That cause they be giving you the information fast. Hold on. All right. Epstein files names released. Let me see real quick. Let me see who we got on here. Let's see. There's some names on this list, y'all. I'm telling you. There's some names on this list, baby. There's some names on this list. And we gonna get them. And we gonna get them. I want the names. The famous names. Here we go. This is what I need. The famous names. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So here's some of the names that was in this latest release. That's what they got here. So this is what they got. Brett Ratner, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Catherine Rumier, Howard Lutnick, Steve Tisch, Melania Trump. So these are some of the names released. Let's go find some more. Because there are more. They all be weird in terms of like, oh, just show me a big list, okay? Just give me all the names. Y'all acting like I'm not trying to read through 3 million pages of files. That's how they get us, y'all. They just throw all the information in 3 million pages and say y'all ain't gonna read it because they no good. No, we're not. we know we're not gonna read 3 million. Somebody is, but I'm not gonna read 3 million. Somebody is. Let me see what else I can find on this list. Let me see what else I can find on this list. I want to see what we got in terms of like these entertainers. Cause they say we got some entertainers in here. Like, I ain't gonna say the name until I find them. Let me see. I gotta get the name. I ain't saying until I see it. Let me see. Oh, they good with their PR. Some of these people cold. Cause I saw some stuff about a few individuals, and now that when I Google it, they not popping up in the search engine right away. But they ain't gonna be able to hide because they on these pages. I can find it. Ah, that's even better. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
This is not a drill. Pusha T and Jay-Z have both.
Oh, they say Pusha T and Jay-Z. Hey, they say Pusha T and Jay-Z's Epstein files. I gotta find the actual file. I need the file. I need to see it. I need to see the page where it says it. Hold on. I gotta see it. I gotta find. I'm looking for the file. Let me see. Hold on. Jay-Z. Now I got Jay-Z and Pusha T Epstein files. Let's see. I want some images. And here we go. Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T mentioned the latest Epstein files. Man. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if I can find. They got the document. Oh, they didn't show the document. Oh, I thought they was gonna show the document. Stop, show up. Give me some images. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, we ain't got no images with some redaction in here. Here we go. Here we go. So one of them, either which one? Which one is this? So this one about Pusha T. I guess in 2007, attended a party. An invitation from unknown approach, walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended a party. And there was some drugging and sexual abuse. Yeah, so that's Pusha T. Let me find the Jay-Z one. You can't even talk about Jay-Z anywhere. You really get They'll really take you out of here. Talk about Jay-Z. For real. They don't be playing. Jay-Z PR team don't play. Jigga, jigga, jigga. Hey man, I'm just covering the news, bro. Don't be trying to take my page down. I'm not even trying to find it that hard. I'm gonna try one more page. If I can't find it, I ain't even gonna try no more. But you are in these documents and everybody can go look it up. And he ain't the only one. Jay-Z, Pusha T. That's probably what Drake had in that song. Y'all remember with Drake and Pusha T had that beef? And Drake had that song he was gonna release, and they told him not to release it because he had some stuff in there that if he said it was gonna ruin everything. It probably was this. It probably was this that he was in the Epstein files. That's probably what it was. Dang, this ain't a good look though. Definitely not for Jay-Z. That's why Jay-Z been quiet. We ain't heard nothing from Jay-Z in a long time. And to be honest, this is kind of a funny time for this to be happening for Jay-Z because the Super Bowl about to happen, the Grammys, all that, and that's gonna really throw off what he needs. So, but if you want to look more into Epstein files, just go. They got the DOJ documents. You can look them up. There's a bunch of people in there. I'm gonna go through it more in depth a little bit later. But right now, we're gonna get into what's popping off with this government shutdown because I don't even know what's going on. I ain't know the government shut down again. I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on with our government.
I'm Jessica Layton. We are coming on the air with breaking news at midnight here in the East, 9 p.m. out west right now. And once again, the federal government is officially shut down, at least partially. Now, the Senate voted earlier Friday night to pass a number of pieces of legislation to fund the government through September, all except funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The House is not in session until Monday morning when they can vote on the Senate's legislation. DHS oversees immigration enforcement, and that includes ICE. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and the Democrats are insisting on changes to how ICE and Customs and Border Protection operate. House Speaker Mike Johnson says they will vote as early as Monday morning, and President Trump says he will sign the legislation right away. Here's NBC's chief Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles.
If they squabbling over ICE, I don't know. We gonna be shut down for a minute because I don't think Trump about to. He ain't about to give in on that. I think he gonna hold strong with that one.
Hey, Jessica, yes, the government is partially shut down. The first shutdown since the longest shutdown in American history last fall. But this situation is much different than the one that we dealt with just a couple of months ago. It is expected that the Congress will resolve this issue in the next couple of days when the House returns to session on Monday. This was all part of an effort by Democrats to try and force the Trump administration to change their mass deportation policy, specifically these roving ICE patrols across the country that led to the deaths of those two American citizens in Minneapolis. Democrats saying that they would not approve the Department of Homeland Security's funding plan without those reforms in place. That led to the White House and Democrats breaking up this appropriations package, which included 6 different appropriations bills, where the Democrats agreed that they would pass the 5 bills without the Department of Homeland Security, but then leave 2 additional weeks to attempt to try and negotiate those reforms. Now, at this point, it seems as though the House is willing to go along with this. When they come back on Monday, they're expected to vote this through. That means the vast majority of the government will be fully funded through the end of the fiscal year on Monday. The questions will still remain as to whether or not what happens with the Department of Homeland Security. They will have 2 weeks to come up with a new plan. Democrats are asking for things like body cams on ICE agents, proper identification, no more masks. They want a uniform code of conduct, and they want to end these roving ICE patrols. At this point, President Trump seems open to some level of reform, but he has had very differing views on this depending on when he's asked about it. So these next 2 weeks could be important. Keep in mind the Department of Homeland Security covers more than just ICE. It also includes FEMA, TSA, and many other important agencies that are under the Department of Homeland Security. So this will be a very important process that will play out over the next couple of weeks. But for right now, a partial government shutdown through at least Monday. Jessica?
Okay, so it's only over the ICE stuff, really. And what happened in Minnesota, might as well get to talking about it twice. Both individuals who were killed by the ICE agents were American citizens. Both were Caucasian. Let me speak on this first. White people, okay? I know y'all ain't used to having people oppress you and move you out of play and do. I know you ain't used to that, okay? But you can't be out there fighting against the police. It don't work. Trust as a black person, it don't work. The police gonna win that battle. You ain't fighting against the police, okay? Ain't no fighting against the police. You gonna take that L every time. You gonna take that L every single time. So I understand that people in this country now, especially Caucasian folks, want to stand up for other individuals or other causes or what have you. I understand it. But listen, if you're gonna go and join the fight properly. Don't be kind of join the fight thinking that because your skin color is a little bit lighter than everybody else's, you gonna be safe from the violence. Because what happened in Minnesota twice is a clear indication that this whole color thing don't matter no more. This is about whether one side is going to get what they want or the other side is going to get what they want, and they're going to do it by any means necessary at this point, it seems like. And you don't want to be caught in the middle of that shit. So if you want to go protest, go protest. But if you got law enforcement and federal agents and all this other shit telling you to get the fuck out the way or get out of your vehicle or move or do this, you need to oblige. You need to follow the rules. You need to listen because they have the authority within our system to end your fucking life and get away with it. That's how the rules are set up. So you can't win. You won't win. I don't care how much public outcry. I don't care how many people sob over you. I don't care how many people say it was wrong. You still lost because you lost your life because you weren't understanding the rules of this game. There are rules of engagement. You need to understand how to engage properly as people. This goes for all people. I don't care what color you are. Stop trying to fight against a force that you're going to lose against. You don't do it that way. You got to use your mind. You got to play a different game. Force is not the way. You're not beating them with force. There's no point. So do I think that ICE should have killed either of the individuals that lost their lives? Hell no. I think they acted heinously, in my opinion. Especially the dude that got killed. I understand he had a gun, and I don't know why I just don't get it. Why the fuck would you bring a gun to a protest? A peaceful protest. I just that got to be white privilege in his mind. It had to be in some way, shape, or form. In his mind, he had to believe that he has some sort of protection that other people didn't have. That he was so bold to bring a weapon to a peaceful protest. Because if you think about it and you play it out logically, you go to the protest, right? You're protesting against ICE. You bring that weapon. What's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that can happen is you get into an altercation with ICE and you lose your life. What's the best thing that can happen? You never have to use the gun, or no one ever sees it. Those are your two extremes, if you bring it. I'm not taking that chance if that far extreme is there and that exists. It exists that I could die if I bring this. Nah, I'm straight, because anything in the middle is going to be terrible. It ain't going to be the worst, but it's still going to be terrible. So there's no point of bringing a gun. It made no sense logically. So just knowing that, like, he must have thought that, I don't know what he was thinking. You're not going to protect yourself. If they start shooting, you're not going to, so what's going on? There was no reason to bring a gun. So I'm not sure why he did that or what truly transpired there. But when you watch the video and you watch the footage and you see 5 or 6 individuals who are supposedly trained to disarm a person and apprehend them and hold them down and do what they have to do. And they do that. They get them to the ground. They remove the weapon. And then you fire multiple shots. Nah, you killed that man. That was a murder. Okay. Hey, listen. You can. That from what I watched, the footage I saw, they killed that man straight up. You removed the P. He had no. There was nothing. There was no more harm he could cause. He couldn't hurt nobody else. It's 5 or 6 of y'all, grown ass men who have been trained to do this job, and you telling me that you couldn't slap some cuffs on him and put him in a truck or something and take him to jail? You had to use crazy. So for me, I truly don't believe that our ICE agents are acting appropriately. I agree that if you've come into this country illegally, there needs to be some enforcement in that manner, for sure. But the way we're going about it is not the right way. There needs to be body cams. There needs to be, you got to show your face. There needs to be a specific, people need to know that's ICE. You need to have a specific uniform. Like, you can't be out here just on some Rambo, underneath the cover, some Black Ops. I don't know what the hell they doing. Some Ghost Recon. You can't be out here just snatching people out. Like, nah, we not doing that. That ain't gonna work, okay? People need to be able to know it's you. And if they then want to do something stupid and end up suffering the consequences, that's on them. But they need to be able to identify you. And we need to be able to talk about the situations, because if somebody lose their life multiple times and we don't truly get any real justification for it, then it's like, yo, why go protest? Because if you're going to protest, you could just die, peaceful or not peaceful, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You're not gonna win. So, as far as the ICE stuff goes, I agree that we need stronger immigration enforcement. I don't agree with the way ICE has gone about it. I do agree that individuals need to learn how to protest peacefully if they're going to do that. And also agree that if you're going to be a law enforcement officer and be trained to use a deadly weapon, you need to know how to exert a certain amount of like pressure and force that is not deadly. Okay? At all costs, you need to do whatever you can to not kill a person. That should be the number one rule. If you're an officer or any, like, shoot him in the leg. Shoot him in some soft tissue spot. Like, shoot him, I don't know, John Wick the man, do something. You don't gotta get him out of here that way. Dude, they could have done so many things. All right? Excessive force is not necessary. Because then people are just like, they're never gonna trust anybody. People already don't trust the police. But then when you watch shit like that, it's like, man, hell nah, fuck that. And you talking about my tax money is paying for this? I ain't paying taxes. You ain't gonna have no money. You ain't gonna have no job. People gonna stop paying their taxes. They don't trust the police. They don't trust people to the healthcare and all these other things. They gonna stop paying their taxes. And if we don't pay our taxes, all you individuals who are funded by that, y'all ain't getting no money. So we gotta think about how we doing this, all right? And if you are an ICE agent and you live in this country, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right? I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you should be ashamed of yourself about how your operations are conducted. You took that little bit of money and that bonus that you got, and you wanted to get paid, and you out here just ragdogging people and shit for no damn reason. Okay? Look, that shit. Some of y'all ICE agents, I ain't mad at y'all for taking that money, because it's tough out here. We need the money. I ain't mad at you taking the money, but damn, okay? Listen, you gotta speak the fuck up. You know this shit is wrong. If you know this shit is wrong, speak the fuck up so you can do this shit right. We should be happy and supporting our ICE agents. We shouldn't be mad at these motherfuckers for doing the wrong shit, because y'all ain't got no conscience, no morals, and all y'all want is money. Want to hide your face and be cowards and shit? No, show your fucking face. If you're doing this because you really love America and you want to make sure America's great again, and you want to get all the people out here who ain't supposed to be in here out, then show your face and do it with pride. Okay? Don't be hiding behind no damn mask. Don't be doing no fucking immoral ass shit. Like, have some morals or something, all right? That's the problem. People ain't got no fucking morals. People do anything for money. That OnlyFans should have showed us that. People do anything for fucking money. People will do anything for money. Anything for money. The Epstein files should tell us that. People will do anything for money. Anything. Anything. And if you don't have any morals, Who are you as a person? Who are you? All right, let's talk about our economy. All right, we're gonna talk about the economy real quick. I try to tell people that our economy is shit. Ain't no fucking jobs out here. They not paying. Rent high as a bitch. Groceries is crazy. They keep saying the grocery prices gonna go down, and every time I go to the store, the things I like keep going up. And your boy be trying to eat healthy out here. Talking about health as well. We're gonna talk about that too in a little bit. But why are the prices so astronomically crazy at every store I go to now? You can't survive out here for real. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how people surviving because these grocery prices getting crazy. But look at this. Bitcoin was about 100K about a month and a half ago, okay? And people thought it was sweet. But just so you know, look at the crypto. That dang Bitcoin going down. That damn Bitcoin going 77,000. Boy, I know people pockets are fucking shaking right now. Heavy. Things are dropping, okay? Listen, I'm going to guarantee that Bitcoin by June is like 37,000. I'm going to guess that. By the end of the year, that shit going to be done. I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it. I'll put a crypto on it. I don't got no crypto. I don't mess with that. I don't believe in anything I can't hold or touch. Listen, there are physical things that you need in this world. Physical things that you need, all right? You need food to eat, to consume, to live, to nourish yourself, to survive, all right? You need a home over your head, a roof over your head. You need a house. You need physical things, okay, to survive. You need also physical things to build things. You need gold, you need copper, you need silver, you need all these physical things to build things like devices like cell phones and all these things that we use in our everyday life. Why the hell would I purchase something that's not physical like a damn digital coin and believe it's going to have some value for me in my actual real life? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It's literally made up. It's literally made up. It might as well be magic trick. This is the best magic trick I've ever seen. Somebody created some digital shit on. Somebody was sitting in their damn basement one day. Said, you know what? I'm bored. I'm about to make something called a Bitcoin and see if I can get a bunch of goofball melons to give me a real money to buy the coin that ain't got no actual real life value. It ain't backed by nothing. It is nothing. It is zeros and ones in abundance. And people treating this shit like this is God or something. Man, you better give me some real cash. You better give me some coins. You better give me a house. You better give me a car. You better give me something physical. Don't give me no crypto. Don't give me no damn digital nothing. I don't want no, hey, them NFTs, all that digital art and all that shit. You stupid, you goofball. I couldn't believe you were buying digital. You better give me somebody, man. I couldn't believe that. You telling me y'all was buying digital art and now people can go on Chat GPT and all they do is just type in a prompt and they make all that raggedy stuff y'all was purchasing for all this money? You better give me a Picasso. What the hell are you talking about? You better give me somebody actually physically painted that I can hang up in my house. I can sell at auction 30 years from now, 40 years from now. These people really out here purchasing things that ain't gonna have no residual, no value, no nothing. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. That's why I stopped hanging out with a lot of my friends, because once they start talking about all this stuff, I said, man, I can't even, y'all just don't make sense. That don't even make sense. So if you into crypto, that's on you. At least when you buy a stock in a company, there's a physical product behind that company. If I bought a stock in Nike, I can go wear Nikes. I can do something. I can help brand for my stock, help it grow, help advertise my thing, whatever. But the crypto thing is just goofy. I just never understood it. I still don't get it. I'm still trying to figure it out. It really does blow my mind. bullet mine. All right, let's talk about these layoffs, because people think they ain't about to get fired this year in America. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if you are in the financial sector, like if you work in banking, you ain't about to make it. A lot of y'all ain't about to make it to the end of the year. I don't see a lot of banks surviving the way this is all going. If you look at what the loan crisis is happening in America, I'm talking about all loans. I'm talking about housing loans, mortgages. I'm talking about car loans. I'm talking about credit cards. I'm talking about, if you see that crisis going on right now, if you knew those two numbers, and you can go look them up, but how bad it really is, people ain't paying nothing because people ain't got nothing to pay. People been broke. All right. It ain't good. And then if you start to look at our job reports last year, typically you would see month over month like crazy growth in terms of new jobs added. But all we kept getting was falsified reports showing us numbers saying that, oh, we had some crazy amount of jobs. But then when the true reports came out, it showed us that we actually were losing jobs every month over month. Just losing jobs. So here's a list of some companies that's about to lay some motherfuckers off real quick. So Dow to cut 4,500 employees to AI overhaul. Amazon cutting 16,000 jobs. This is January 28th. 16,000 jobs globally due to undue pandemic era hiring. UPS to lay off 30,000 employees this year. Nike to cut 775 employees. And then we got a whole bunch of other companies to cut a bunch. So look at all these companies that are just cutting jobs left and right. And these are bigger companies. So we don't show the smaller companies because we obviously understand if the bigger companies fail, everything else underneath it falls. It's just that simple. It all trickles down. So if all these major companies, and the list just keeps going, they're all getting rid of people. Every single one of them. And y'all see the numbers. Kind of big, huh? All these places, you shop at these places, you eat some of these foods. Look at all these products, all these companies laying off people. You think there's jobs out there? Where you working? People, please let me know, and how much you getting paid, because this list is not stopping. This is continuing. This is going to keep going. This is long. I can do this for a very long. We can be here literally for the next 10 minutes of me doing this. These all the companies that are laying off people. Look. You can go look it up. Keep looking. Keep going. Keep going. We're going to be here for a while. No, we not. I ain't going to do this all day. You get the damn picture. So if you think there's jobs in America, you're drunk. They are getting rid of jobs. AI is here. Have you guys not been watching anything? This year, they already anticipate at least 40% of the jobs in America to be taken over by AI. Complete taken over. So that's why all these layoffs are happening. Because the AI overhaul is here. And plus, these companies don't have no money because we don't have no money to spend. So if we aren't spending money, these companies aren't making money, so they're going to have to lay people off. And then they have AI coming, which is going to automate everything. Robots are coming like crazy. And they're taking your job. So how many people are really going to be able to go from middle class to upper class? Very few. How many people are going to be able to get out of poverty and get to whatever a middle class is? Probably very few. There probably won't be a middle class. It's going to be the people who have something they can do, some niche or entrepreneur or where they are getting money handed directly to them and they can feed their families and do what they can do. And big business and all that stuff, and those individuals, CEOs, and higher executives, because mid-level people are all getting fired, and maybe a few people at the bottom to make sure the robots ain't malfunctioning. But that's about it. Like, if you think you safe because you work at McDonald's, no, you ain't safe. You're going to get replaced. You think you safe because you a server, you're getting replaced. If you're a cleaner, you're getting replaced. If you're anything that a robot can do, halfway decent, you up out of here. This is about money at this point. Their bottom line. And they are not going to keep dealing with individuals like us human beings who be talking all crazy, who lazy, who show up late, who don't work that hard when they can go and invest in a company, get a damn robot who gonna work 10 hours a day and then just reset that mother next day and he gonna just keep doing that endlessly. Like, come on, y'all. A lot of people think they are valuable if they have value or they have skill. Most individuals don't have skills. You don't have anything you can do that another human being needs. You work for a company that has something that another human being needs, but what can you do that another human being needs? If you don't know that and you have not figured that out, you better figure that out right now. And to be honest, there ain't many things that the robots won't be able to do that you can do better that a human being needs. I feel like the only things that are going to be truly available for like the common folk is going to be like certain child care positions, because I ain't trying to have no robot watch my child. It's not about to happen. So like child care positions and things like that, I think that's gonna be crazy. Um, I'm not trying to have a robot exercise me either. So I think like healthcare in terms of like personal training, like things like that, I think that'll be there. Um, I think like chefs, like people who can actually cook, I think they're going to take off. I think if you're like a person who just works in a restaurant and you flip a burger and all that shit, like nah, a machine taking your job and you up out of there. But like a person who has like who can actually cook and make a dish and that's like something like legit, I think those, because that's gonna be like actual art. I think art's gonna take off. An artist, someone who can draw like crazy, or someone who can really sing or really dance, or like human to human interaction, things like that. Things that involve human to human interaction that can like wow a person. I think those things are gonna take off. All those like labor jobs and minutia jobs and things that they're gone. The robots are taking those. They're gone. So you're gonna have to stand out as an individual now, as a person. You're gonna have actual skills and abilities. You're gonna have to actually be able to do something for another person, or be able to impress people with something. Whether it's your words, whether it's because you can sing, you can draw, you can cook well, you can dance well, you can create something with something. You can help someone get healthier physically. You can help someone learn something. You have to have some actual thing that has to deal with you helping people, because that's going to be the only thing that really separates you from the actual robots, is being personable, your personality, your care, your love, your compassion. That's what's going to save you. That's what's going to like separate you and help you get to the top of whatever you're trying to do. If you don't got that, it's going to be tough, because you're not going to outskill these robots. We're not going to be able to outthink these robots. Elon Musk already said that by the end of next year, that AI will be smarter than all humans combined. So, I mean, we ain't outthinking these. We ain't, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if y'all want me to keep going with this list of these layoffs, look, I mean, telling you, they just laying people off. It just keep going. It just keep going. It's so long. It's so long. It's ridiculous how long this layoff list is. And people think everything's going to be okay. Maybe. I don't really believe that, but maybe. All right, y'all. We're going to finish up here with some UFC and some a little bit of sports related news here. And then I'm going to talk about life. Because this year is about health and wealth. I'm going to explain what that means. You either about to be healthy and wealthy this year, or you about to be unhealthy and broke. This is the year. I mean, it's you gonna have to make a choice. It's that simple. But before we get into that, let me see if I can find out this UFC real quick. UFC switched to Paramount Plus, so they're not like on pay-per-view anymore. And I like the fact that I can pay $8.99 and watch some pay-per-views. I like that, like worthy content. But after watching the first two UFCs on Paramount Plus, I will say I miss pay-per-view kind of. It don't give me the same level of electricity watching it for $8.99. I ain't gonna lie, I understand now why people make things more money hey, you feel like it's something more because it really that I feel that effect. You know what I'm saying? I felt like watching this fight card on Paramount Plus. It just felt like I could just get up and just go to the bathroom. It'll be all right. It just felt like I'll just pause it real quick. Like there was no like true. I wasn't excited, and maybe because the fight card wasn't the best, but I just wasn't excited. I didn't feel the excitement I would like feel if I purchased a pay-per-view. I think that just it really is something. But just to go through it real quick, if you are in the UFC, I'm into MMA. I'm into all sports. I'm into everything, y'all. I like everything. Volk beat up on Lopez. The fight was pretty garbage. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty. It resembled the first fight for the most part. It was pretty garbage. Benoit Saint Denis, who should be probably top three light weights in the 155 division. Come Tuesday, whenever they do those rankings. Beat up on Dan Hooker pretty well, but Dan Hooker showed some stuff. Mauricio Rufri got a nice little second round TKO knockout. That was a good win. That was a good win right there. This big man, Taliesin Teixeira, he's 6'7". He's huge. That bro is huge. He got great jiu-jitsu. I think he'll be pretty tough to deal with his style of grappling. He just needs to get better at striking because his strike is not that great. I'm not gonna lie. It just wasn't that great. And then Killian versus Jamie. The fight was pretty one-sided, as you can see. I ain't gonna get into the undercards, but as far as the way Paramount does their actual promotion and like their televised content, I will say it feels like I'm playing UFC 5. Like when I watched it yesterday on Paramount Plus, it felt like the video game. It felt like the video game. Like the way it felt like they copied the video game. The production of the video game, they just copied that and put it into their production. That's what it felt like. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like I was playing UFC 5. From the walkouts, from the way they showed it, like the corner people, like once they go to the corner after each round, like it felt like I was watching UFC 5. I thought it was like it was a video game. That's what it felt like. So, and the excitement, it wasn't the same. So hopefully they figure out a way to make it like transition a little bit better, and then make it so like there's some more like oh, I can't wait to like, because it ain't feeling like that right now. It's just not feeling like that. And then Shakur Stevenson beat up on Teofimo Lopez. So if you into boxing, Shakur Stevenson beat him up. Boxing is dead though. Ain't no way in hell boxing gonna survive. No one's gonna pay for no boxing pay-per-view when you can watch a UFC for free on Paramount Plus. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all one thing. I gotta get out, get to the kids. We gotta get to the grocery store. We about to cook at like 2:00 or something like that. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Listen, this year is a pivotal year. All right. This year is about health and wealth. You need to focus on your health and your wealth like crazy. All right. You were either gonna be healthy as hell this year and wealthy as hell this year, or you're gonna be unhealthy and not wealthy. It's that simple. Just by your actions. All right. Make sure you are staying away from all this bad food. All right. A lot of this food is not good for you. You got to be eating well. All right. You also got to be giving yourself a lot of good mental juice. So stay away from all that extra social media. Get off all the fast-paced TikTok stuff. Get off all the damn stuff that's rotting, the slow brain rot stuff. Like, you got to protect your mind, all right? Stay away from negativity. Get away from all the people that got all the drama, always got something bad going on, you can't be having that, all right? You got to protect all your positive energy at all costs, all right? You also got to work on your ability to figure out how you are going to place yourself in this new world that's coming. Because if you don't have a niche or something where you can do, where you can say, hey, I can provide this to you as a person, it's going to be hard for you to make money moving forward. A lot of these jobs are going to AI, they're going to automation, they're going to robots. So the skill required to even do certain things is gonna be, man, you got to be super cold at a lot of things in order to survive or to get a job or to work at a place for a long time. Like, so I'm focusing for me on making sure I secure my health this year. So I'm just really focused on stretching, eating well like crazy. Like, that's a big thing for me. And then I'm also focusing on my finances like crazy. I've been doing it, but like I'm really on it this year because my goal is to be in that upper echelon. I ain't trying to be a monster like a lot of those monsters on the Epstein files, but I'm trying to be as rich as them. That's for sure. I'll be as rich as them. I'll chill in my little spot. We gotta have some. We gotta have a good rich people, and we gotta have a bad rich people. Can't just have all bad rich people. So I'm trying to be one of the good ones and use my money. You know what I'm saying? And combat them. We'll just have little wars. No, I'm just playing. But for real though, if I get a lot of money and you come at me, let's listen. All right, good luck. You better not don't say some shit my way. Yo, shit gonna be out there on Jump Street. God can't let me. No bullshit. It ain't flying. If you doing some heinous shit around me and God about to shut that shit down right away. I don't care what the fuck happened. It's just gonna have to stop. So don't come at me with no bullshit. Hey, I want to go do the nigga. If it's some shit that's just wrong, I'm like, nah, no. All right, y'all. Take care of yourself, okay? Take care of your family. Make sure you're enjoying yourself. Make sure you're happy. Make sure you're smiling. And just be, just get to the next day. That's all we gotta do right now, cause it's about to get crazy. But we gonna survive, cause we can thrive in chaos. You know why? You know why? You know why? You know why? I don't even know why. I'm about to play a song though. Nah, I do know why. You know why? Because we got confidence, baby. That's all it is. We got confidence. We got confidence in everything we do in life. We love life. We love God. We love this world. And we're going to do what we got to do to make sure this world's a better place. One day at a time. It's your boy Leroy Mitchell. I'm going to leave out with some music. My music. Go ahead and check it out on the channel. I'm also dropping an album this year. It'll be dropped in like probably late March. So I have a lot of stuff going on. But until then, I'll catch y'all later with some cooking videos and all that stuff. Hey. I heard them say he on his tender-ish. I really think they need my penmanship. They take my kindness for friendliness. I know they hope to see me penniless. I keep it moving like a Michelin. Yeah, I'm changing rooms, no more fitting in. I'm too cold to feel warm again. Yeah, whether you like it or not, I'm storming in. There's money pouring in. I had to make it rain on these women, cause while it's life without a little sin, I won't be poor again. For the 50th time, leave me alone in business with too many men, and that's enough said. Bitch, I'm well fed. It's up to you to pick up the crumbs to get a little bread. I'm watching Walking Dead. I feel misled. Who knew taking a shot was the way to get ahead? This is love. Yeah. All right, y'all. Catch y'all later. Thank y'all for watching.